So today we are taking over West Ham as Nuno Espirito Santo, trying to save them from relegation and hopefully bring them back into Europe. And as you can see, they have won one Conference League. Hopefully we can add to that. And now this is what the squad currently looks like. And you know what? Let's have it right. We've got some key players. Jarrod Bowen, one of the better players in his position in the Premier League. Maybe top 5 right wingers, let's say. And we've also got Lucas Paqueta. When he's not banned from playing football, he's actually pretty good. And we've got the likes of Wan-Bissaka, sometimes good, sometimes not so good. Same with Jean-Claire Todibo, sometimes good, sometimes not so good. And we do have some promising players, such as Matthias Fernandes. He came from Southampton, looks pretty decent. And as well, El Hadj Malik Diouf looks really good. Looked better as a wing-back, in my opinion, like bombing forward, but he can play left-back as well. We also have Mangasa. He's okay, probably needs a bit more time. And also Freddie Potts. He's actually 22. I don't know why I thought he was younger, but he is okay. And we also have Crescencio Somerville, who's looked good. He definitely looked good at Leeds and is finding his form at West Ham. That being said, though, the big problem with West Ham is goals. Now, Jarrod Bowen, he does what he can, but 5 goals in 19 games, not the best. Callum Wilson, 5 goals in 14. He's okay. You can't really rely on him to be fit. So, yeah, probably going to need a new striker. He's 33 as well. And Nicholas Füllkrug, he's actually off to AC Milan. So let's just make sure he's not in the team for much longer. And West Ham knew that in real life, which is why they have brought in a striker. In fact, they brought in 2 strikers, but this is the main one. Tati Castellanos is his name, coming in from Lazio. Now, a bit earlier in the season, he did have a hamstring injury, so slight concern, was out for around a month or so. But before then, he was getting goals, he was getting assists. The season before, he was getting goals. I don't think he scored since coming back from the injury, but I think it is going to add quality to West Ham's team. And there he is in West Ham colours. Let me know what you think of the signing. This is a real life signing as well, by the way. So let me know your thoughts. And you know what, guys? It's not the first time an Argentinian striker came to West Ham and saved them from relegation. Now, I don't know how you feel about this one, West Ham fans, but with Luis Guilherme leaving, going to Sporting, looks like West Ham are bringing in Adama Traore. And I mean, this guy is like the player with the most potential in the world, but just, if you're in Row Z, watch your head. And so there he is, Adama Traore. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If this one does happen in real life, let me know what you think about it. And it looks like an absolute animal. So he's worked with Nuno before as well. So we'll see if it works. And first chance to look at some of our new signings away at Wolves. I mean, this has to be a must win for the relegation battle. Wolves don't win games. Oh my days. We've given Wolves their first win of the season. Oh, that's not a good start. Castellanos did score, but and we didn't see Adama or Felipe come off the bench. So, and we didn't see Adama or Pablo come off the bench. So, yeah, not the best of starts. And that highlights another huge problem West Ham have. They got one decent centre-back, but Max Kilman, I mean, if you kept the receipt, find that receipt and get your money back, because 40 million, unbelievable. Anyway, we'll keep him around until the end of the season, but we definitely need a better starting centre-back. And you know what? West Ham have done well with Cresswell's. Now, they actually aren't related. I did check. But Charlie Cresswell, now at Toulouse, came from Leeds, and he's actually been pretty good. Now, we got Todibo from the French League, so it makes sense that we go to the French League again for another centre-back, and we should be able to bring him in. And there he is. He's getting the number 4. What did Aaron Cresswell have? Did he have the number 3? I can't quite remember, but at least we have a proper centre-back now. Only cost us about 10.5. Probably will cost more in real life. And in case you didn't know, Charlie Cresswell, big defender, 6'3", 23 years old. He's actually English and no-nonsense defender, good in the air. I think he's just going to be a decent signing for us. And you know what? I did say we'll wait till the summer, but I'm actually going to sell Max Kilman because I have an idea of a defender that may be looking for a new club. And Callum Wilson's decided to join Nice at the end of the season, which is fine. And guys, we're bringing in this guy. Do you know who it is? It is Axel Disasi. You know, I actually thought he didn't do too bad at Aston Villa when he went on loan there last year. And I know the World Cup's coming up. He's probably got no chance of getting into the team, but I think he'll be good cover. At least maybe he'll start. We'll just see how Cresswell adapts to the Premier League, and good rotation piece. Could even go to a three at the back at some points in the season. And getting the number 6, I don't mind it. Axel Disasi, welcome to West Ham. And as much as I'd like to continue buying a whole new team for West Ham, we do have to remember this is a realistic rebuild, or at least semi-realistic. So, I mean, 5 signings in January, 4 permanent, 1 loan is quite a lot. So we're going to stop there. We are going to sell Max Kilman, and then we're going to see how we do come the end of the season. And there he goes, guys. He is leaving the club. Max Kilman made a huge loss on the amount of money you spent on him, but I'll take 7 mil. I'll take £7. And before we get to the end of the season, I'm going to make a small tactical tweak. What I'm going to do is change it from a 4-1-4-1, and we're going to move it to a 4-2-3-1, if we can find it. And we're going to change it to a 4-4-1-1 midfield. And although both Mateus Fernandes and Paqueta could probably benefit from playing in the number 10, I am going to give it to Paqueta. Going to retrain his position, because I'm very intrigued to see what rating he'll end up being. And so Paqueta's position change takes him, I think he stayed the same rating. Yeah, he's still 80 rated, but maybe it'll be quicker for him to grow as a cam now. I don't know. He's 28, so he's in his peak. Let's just hope he has a big second half of the season. And guys, unexpected events are on. Injuries in this game don't happen often, so it is good that they're on. We have Areola and Todibo injured, which isn't great, but that's why we brought in Disasi and Cresswell. So let's see what the starting lineup's going to look like. And before we do, how long are they out for? So Areola's out for 2 weeks. That's not too bad. Hermansen hasn't been the best since he came to West Ham, but I still think there's a keeper there. And then Todibo, 3 weeks. Okay, so, I mean, we're fighting relegation, so it's not ideal, but good opportunity for some of the new centre-backs to show up. Okay, guys, so we have made it to the end of the season. And maybe, you know what, maybe it's just the realistic fate of what's going to happen to West Ham this season, because we have been relegated. We do have Leeds last game of the season, but even if we beat them, it is not enough. So Wolves, Burnley and West Ham going down, which, you know what, I think that's actually pretty realistic. Question is, will we be able to rebuild from the Championship? That is going to be an interesting one. And our final game, we actually do beat Leeds, but again, it is not going to matter. So that being said, let's have a look at what went wrong. Well, Paqueta was our top goal scorer. Jarrod Bowen second, got 11 goals in the Prem. And I mean, the likes of these names, I don't think we're going to be able to keep all of them at the club. Castellanos done his best, you know, 9 goals in 18 games, 10 goal involvements. It's not bad at all. Callum Wilson didn't do much, and he's actually leaving at the end of his deal. Mateus Fernandes did grow. Another one I would like to keep a hold of, Thomas Souček. I think he's realistically going to move. El Hadj Diouf, maybe he'll stay in the Championship, I don't know. Big opportunity though for Pablo Felipe. And then Somerville, he kind of showed he was good enough to play in the Prem when he was in the Championship, but then came to the Prem and kind of dropped off a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. Lots of decisions to be made next year. But as for player of the season, we've got Erling Haaland winning that. Vardiol was next to him, so I wonder if Vardiol was up there as well. And it actually was Arsenal who won the league. Gabriel there with the Prem trophy. And team of the season, loads of Arsenal players. Not really surprised. Jeremy Pino got into the team of the season. Good to see. And Mark Gehi somehow still at Crystal Palace. Fair enough. And it was Barca who won the Champions League, interestingly enough. And the sales have started. James Ward-Prowse is going to Everton. You know, I actually think that would be a really good signing for them. Big team, a guy on the set pieces. James Garner's been pretty good, but James Ward-Prowse is even better. And Kyle Walker-Peters off to Crystal Palace. I mean, I don't mind that one either. 6.5 million replaces, who's there? Nathaniel Klein. And Munoz can have a backup that is not Nathaniel Klein. I guess that's a good thing. And Thomas Souček, this is a bit of a sad one, but he's not going to want to play in the Championship. He has gone to PSV for a few million. And straight away, guys, into season number 2. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to keep a lot of these players around. So what we're going to do, Jarrod Bowen on a loan, Castellanos on a loan, Paqueta on a loan. Paqueta was linked to leave West Ham, actually. a season or two ago before the ban and the allegations came about. So you know what? I think Paqueta can leave on a permanent. Wan-Bissaka only recently came. I think we're gonna keep him around. Will a Prem team be in for him? Maybe, you know what, we'll give him a loan. Mateus Fernandez, he's still only young. I think we promise him number 10 and let him be a championship star for this season. And El Haj Malik Diouf only just joined. I think he can stay. Hermansen can stay. Tedibo may want a loan. I think we'll loan Tedibo. Cresswell only just came in, so we'll keep him around. I think Somerville as well. I'm going to give Adama Traore, who has requested a transfer, unfortunately. I'm going to give him right mid. He's under contract, so he's staying. I am going to give him right mid again. He can be our starting right mid in the championship. I don't mind it. Pablo Felipe can lead the line. Can play the likes of Freddie Potts and maybe Oliver Scholes. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. We can definitely make this work and also bring in some signings. So let's get some of these loan deals done and then have a look at what the team is looking like. I'm almost a bit scared to check. So onto the fun part, the signings. And guys, somehow West Ham have a war chest of 137 million. To be honest, a lot of that we can't spend. No one in the championship has that big of a budget. So what we are going to do is spend some of it, going to invest in some youth, and the rest we're going to carry over for next year when hopefully we're back up in the Premier League. And so because we're not using the Youth Academy, we are looking at free agents, and David Watson has declined his new contract and is a free agent. Now he has loads of potential. And there he is. Interestingly, he spent all of his time at Kilmarnock. And you know what? Like Celtic or Rangers haven't come in for him just yet. So I don't know. Free agent, we're signing him for free. Maybe not so realistic, but a championship signing, I think. And we know West Ham love a good Argentine. This time we've gone for Lautaro Vargas. Now he's played his football in Argentina his whole career, and he is a free agent for whatever reason. He's got decent potential, around 80, and he's going to be our right back until Wan-Bissaka decides to come back, or if he leaves, just in case, to be honest. Good signing in my books. And we're staying in Argentina. A bit of a jack of all trades. Can play a bit in midfield. Can play a bit to the right of a free. And that is Lautaro Di Loyo, I'm guessing. He plays for Boca Juniors. We should be able to get him for cheaper than 11 mil. Now, he's only 22, so time to grow. But I don't think we're going to start him this season. I actually have an idea for another centre-back to bring in. And that is Taylor Harwood-Bellis. That is right. We're signing him from what are now our championship rival, Southampton. I think it's a good piece of business. He's a solid centre-back, knows how to get up to the Premier League. And yeah, I think he'll help us a lot. And so Paqueta is leaving. He's decided to go to Real Sociedad, about 22.5 million. Let me know if you think that's realistic, but don't see him playing championship football. Maybe a bit too old to loan out. I don't know, but we've sold him. And Mavropanos is going on loan to Aston Villa. Todibo's decided to go to Liverpool for 12 months. Interesting. I don't think he'd get much play time, but is he better than Konate this season? Like, Konate's been so bad, so who knows? And so with Todibo leaving, Mavropanos leaving as well, although I did bring in a couple centre-backs, I want to make sure we've got enough cover. So I'm bringing in Abu Bakar Kinte. He's only 19, 6'1", left-footed, looks really good. Good pace, good physical, and he's only 19. He can afford to be on the bench in the championship for a season, maybe get a few starts or a few appearances off the bench, and only going to cost us about 4 million. So I think that could be a really good signing for the future. He's coming from Tromsø for about 4 million. Now, I know we are in the championship, but I do want to add a bit of quality to the team. And they call him the Greek Kotsu, Christos Zafiris, playing at Slavia Praha, the same team we got Malik Diouf from. And I mean, 78 rated is a bit high for the championship, but he's going to be quality. We're only going to be in the championship 1 year. And there he is, getting the number 8. Going to be our star man this season, I hope. He cost us 23.5 million, so not too bad, but I think a good investment. And needed a backup goalkeeper, so we signed Freddie Woodman. Didn't cost us a lot, but he is going to be our third choice keeper. And so Wan-Bissaka's off. But it's only a loan deal, and he's off to Newcastle. till the end of the season. And Jared Bowen's going as well. He had a few offers, but I wanted to choose the most realistic club. And to me, that was Aston Villa. Sometimes they play like John McGinn on the right, maybe Donyell Marlin. So I feel like a right midfielder was good for them. And Hermansen, he's off to Bologna for 12 months. So I'm actually going to bring in another goalkeeper, maybe on loan though this time. And there he is, backup keeper, Frank Feller. I think about 70 overall. Maybe third choice, maybe second. Doesn't really matter. And Castellanos, I think the last one to leave. Interesting, I think. I mean, he's got crazy agents because he somehow managed to get a loan move to PSG. And, I'm kind of hoping he doesn't play much because it's going to be hard for him to want to come back to West Ham after that. And that does it for the business. So, as you can see, these are all the players we loaned out. And so, this is what the team is looking like. And honestly, I feel like we should be good for automatic promotion back into the Premier League. But will we get promoted? And the answer, guys, was yes. Not quite invincible. We did lose 3 games. Not quite Centurions because we can only get to 99 points, but we are definitely promoted. And we're pretty much title winners as well, seeing as Wolves are 8 goals behind us. Very unlikely we lose to mid-table QPR. And we don't. We beat them 2-1. Pablo, Felipe, and Potts getting on the score sheet. Very nice. And you're probably wondering how the team did. Well, for starters, top goal scorer in the league was Christos Zafiris. He's definitely getting signing of the season. Remember, guys, he's a centre mid. Tolu Arakadare, though, maybe found his level. 29 goals in the championship, just ahead of Kiefer Moore. Assists-wise, that went to Strand Larsen. So Strand Larsen and Tolu playing up front together. Fair play. We had Mateus Fernandez representing for us in at 5th. And clean sheets, just by 1, went to Bernd Leno, who's now at Wolves. Okay, decided to drop down to the championship for whatever reason. Fair enough. And Areola in at 2nd. But I'm sure you're wondering what happened in depth. Well, here goes. Pablo Felipe actually scored 19 goals, 2 in the Carabao Cup, 21 in all comps, and 6 assists. I mean, 19 and 6 in the league. Very nice. Only grew by 1 though. Bit disappointed with that. Zafiris, as you know, had a great season, 20 and 7 in the league, up by 3. Somerville, 19 and 4, only up by 1 though. Mateus Fernandez really came into his own, 15 and 9, playing in number 10, plus 2 to his overall. And interestingly, Jared Bowen had a good run in the FA Cup. At Villa, 6 goals in the FA Cup, 8.52 average. Hopefully, he's going to be okay coming back to West Ham. And Malik Diouf really went into his own, up by 3, up to 81. Now, Adama Traore, you're in the peak of your career. You've requested a move, understandably, because you wasn't playing much last season. You get a chance to start on the right wing. You play 43 games, and the best he could do is 7 goals. And the best he could do is 7 goal involvements. I mean, he is definitely leaving. View offers, who's offered? Yeah, 8 million to Sunderland. See you later. And what's nice about being in the championship is we did get some of the younger players involved. George Urphy up by 2, played 26 games. Harwood Bellis went up by 4, by the way. What a player. 80 rated, future captain. Cresswell and him formed a good partnership, so it'd be interesting to see what happens to Debo. Potts didn't actually play as much as I thought he would, but we've got our trio of midfielders here. Potts, Magassa, Watson, all fighting for a starting spot. Hermansen, however, had a really good season at Bologna, and I actually think he's going to want to move. So maybe we look in the market for a new goalkeeper long term with Areola getting on a bit. But for now, I think he'd be okay. We'll decide next season. And Mavropanos just played the once for Villa. I don't think we're going to keep him. With the growth of our young centre-backs, we'll probably sell him. And Todibo apparently only playing the once at Liverpool. They're not counting his... I'm just realised they're not actually counting Premier League stats. So Burn probably played a bit more for Aston Villa than we thought. I guess because we got relegated, they don't count it as a league. I don't know. They need to fix it. I was giving FC26 praise, but yeah, that's not ideal. Either way, let's get into season number 3. I wonder about team of the season, though. Is this team of the season? It is team of the season. Okay, so we had Vargas, Juff, Somerville, Fernandez, Zafiris. Unfortunately, Pablo Felipe wasn't there, but maybe next time. And so we get a parade And on to season number 3 we go. And so into season number 3, back into the Prem like we never left. And you know what? This team looks way better. Maybe in real life, West Ham getting relegated wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if they could improve their starting lineup. Now, the weakest spot in our team is centre mid. We've got some good young centre mids, such as Potts, Watson, and Magassa, but they're not quite Prem quality just yet. Also, the starting lineup looks good, but in terms of backup positions, Fernandez's backup is Earthy, who's still not really good enough just yet. Bowen's backup is Pablo Felipe, who's also backup to Castellanos. And then Somerville's backup is Skulls. So we need a bit of attacking depth, I would say. Defensively, though, we have loads of defenders. I'm going to move on Mavropanos. I think we've got good cover for both fullback positions, and I've decided that Hermansen's actually going to stay and Areola's going to be his number 2. And so, although Callum Marshall did get to play a few games last season, I'm going to loan him out because he is still quite young, got some potential. Same with Kodua here and George Earthy. Going to try and get them some loans. Even David Watson, you know, I don't think he's going to play too much, so we'll loan him out. Same with Lewis Alford. And I'm also going to try and loan out Kinte because he actually didn't play too much last season. Still only 20, still 72 overall. Got loads of room to improve. And with Mavropanos' contract expiring, I am going to transfer list him. Now, as for the budget, we saved money for a reason. We've got 182 million to spend. And you know what? Notoriously, when championship clubs come up to the Premier League, they do spend a lot of money. I don't think I'm going to spend all of it, but I'm going to spend a healthy amount just to increase the depth of this team and make sure we're nowhere near the relegation zone next season. And so because this is a realistic rebuild, I'm going to be heading down to the championship to see which Prem teams got relegated. And okay, Everton went down, looks like Coventry went down, and what is the other team? Leeds. I think Leeds. So I'm going to have a look at some of their players and see who we find. And guys, look at this. Iliman Ndiaye. He's 27. He's in his prime. And what a player he is. He is way too good to be in the championship. Now, it looks like it is going to cost us a pretty penny. But I think I'm willing to break West Ham's transfer record. I think it's about 50 million for Seb Hallow, isn't it? So might be a little bit more, but I do think he's worth it. And I might even try a cheeky swap deal if we can. And so guys, it is happening. Star signing. Interestingly, we actually technically, I don't think we broke the record. You're going to see why in a second. But Iliman Ndiaye at West Ham, imagine it. Iliman Ndiaye playing left mid, Bowen on the other wing. You've got new signing Castellanos, Pablo Felipe, Mateus Fernandez linking everything up. I mean, it's just perfect. It seems perfect, at least. I feel like we've got to be targeting a top half finish this season. And guys, if you're enjoying it so far, be sure to leave a like as well. Iliman Ndiaye in West Ham colours. Why not? I kind of want to give him a different number though. Number 8, I'm not too sure. But as you can see, Mavropanos went down to the championship, 49 million. And to me, it's a great signing. They can call it what they want. And already that is a big upgrade to the starting lineup. We still do need to address that centre mid position. And we could sign someone that used to play under Nuno. At least I'm pretty sure he did. And it's looking like a good fit for Ruben Neves. We are going to retrain him to be a centre mid rather than a CDM. But if you just have a look, dead ball, long ball pass, inventive, whip pass, intercept, aerial fortress. He's amazing. The only thing is there is a bit of a drop off in quality. And if you think about it, if we're going to loan these guys out, it just leaves Freddie Potts. So I do want to bring in another centre mid, maybe from a championship team. And we've got a bit of a Portuguese theme going. I kind of feel like we need a backup right mid, so maybe we'll have a look at who we can bring in there. But then other than that, I think the team is looking really, really good. And so another really good player, Anton Stack. He's been incredible for Leeds in real life this season. And he's just the engine in the middle. So for about 15, 16 million from a relegated Leeds, I feel like it could make sense. And there he is, cost 17.5 in the end, but a really good backup midfielder for us. Now, I still want to get 2 more signings, but we've only got 61 million left. And obviously, I don't want to spend the entire budget in the summer. In case we need a signing in January, I want to keep a bit of money left in the kitty. Now, I did say I wanted a right mid. a backup to Jared Bowen. Afonso Moreira can play right mid. He's at Lyon right now. I think it's going to cost us probably 10 mil on the dot. I don't think it should be much more than that. And there he is, just over 10 mil. He's going to be our backup right mid. And lastly, I did want to sign a homegrown player just because we are going to loan out quite a few of them. So makes sense to bring one in. Alfie Devine, pretty much the perfect cam, back up to Matthias Fernandez. And it will be a competition between them two to see who grows the most. In real life, he's having a really good loan at the moment. So I don't know. Would Tottenham sell him? Probably. Tottenham don't really handle things very well. So for 20 million, he is now a West Ham player. And so let me know your thoughts on these signings. I mean, 5 signings, I think all of pretty good quality. Let me know who you'd sign in the comments. We are left with 25 million in the budget. So in case we need someone in January to step in, then we can. And yeah, we have spent quite a lot. 140 million is quite a lot of money, but we're a Premier League team. And with this now being the starting lineup and the quality on the bench as well, we surely have to finish in the top half. And so, guys, these have been our transfers for season 3. As you can see, loads of loan deals done and the big money we spent. No major outgoings. Obviously, Traore left and Mavropanos left, but they were a swap deal and then one was done last season, I guess. So let's sim to about halfway. Let's see how we're doing. Hopefully, we're going to be in and around the top half. Okay, so I'm kind of glad I stopped halfway through because I guess technically we're where we kind of need to be, but a bit too close to the drop zone for my liking. Now, we're 5 points ahead of Brentford, but then again, this is actually kind of like the Premier League table this year, isn't it? We're actually not too far off. Like 5 points could take us to 9th as well. So yeah, not too bad. Leading the way is Arsenal yet again, joint with Liverpool. Interesting stuff. Now, as for the team, this is the starting lineup. Harwood Bellis is continuing to grow. He's now up to 82, which is really nice. Want to check on our bench as well. Few people aren't very happy. That's understandable, I guess. Quite a few 79s on the bench. They will soon be 80s, probably pushing for some starting spaces as well. Now, as for the season, a strong showing from both Castellanos and Jared Bowen. Alfie Devine off the bench has been contributing as well. Ruben Neves has been really good. 9 assists already is insane. Iliman Ndiaye, though, record signing, a bit disappointing. Maybe there's something about record signings in West Ham that it just doesn't work out. I think we're okay. Let's get to the end of the season. And so, guys, we've reached the end of the season. And, I mean, success, I think. We're not getting relegated, which is a good thing. But, I mean, 19 losses on the year is not great. Let's have it right. We only scored 50 goals, conceded 61. Definitely room for improvement. To be fair, there didn't seem to be that many goals scored this year. Only Aston Villa in second, only getting 54 goals is kind of crazy. But Arsenal have won the league again. They've walked the league, which is not really a nice sight. Man United in at 7th, Spurs in at 10th. We're 15th. Okay, we've got one more game. We could jump up to 14th. We're up against Sunderland and we beat them 2-1. Jared Bowen with a brace. Nice to see. So maybe we've gone up to 14th. Brentford drew. So I think, yeah, we're up to 14th. Very nice. And so I guess 14th is around mid-table. We'll take it as success. Now, top scorers, that went to one Victor Gyökeres. Evan Ferguson back at Brighton as well. We have, okay, Jared Bowen I think is maybe in the top 10 perhaps. So not too bad. Tolu Arakadare continuing his scoring form into the Prem. Fair play to him. Now, 17 goals added to Jared Bowen's great. Ruben Neves, probably going to be our signing of the season, took the assist leader award. Clean sheets, we weren't anywhere near it, that's for sure. Alex Murray with Aston Villa took that one. As for average ratings, I just want to check. It is Gyökeres. Okay, I was thinking maybe Ruben Neves with that many assists was up there, but doesn't look like it. And as for our top scorers, so it was Jared Bowen with 17 and 4 leading the way. We can add that to his current total. Do you think he's going to reach the 100 club before the end of the video? I sure hope so. It would be nice. We've only got 2 seasons left, though. Castellanos with 14 and Jai 5 and 3. Come on, come on. 50 million. You got to do better than that, lad. Harwood Bellis has looked good, up to 82. Malik Juf up to 83. Alfie Devine done pretty well as well. And there's Ruben Neves, 13 assists in the league. Just amazing. Up to 86. He's 31, getting on a bit, but really good. Zafaris as well. Fernandez. We're looking good. We're looking good. We've seen some good growth. Now, obviously, as this is a realistic rebuild, next season, if we get an offer for one of our bigger players, I can't imagine there'll be too many offers for Njai after the season he's had. But if there is an offer for him or like a Ruben Neves, I think at this point of his career, he'd like to stay loyal. But maybe Mateus Fernandez, a bit younger, wants to experience the Champions League. Maybe Zafiris as well, kind of approaching his prime as a centre mid. So yeah, we'll be open to offers from like big clubs, Madrid's, Barca's, Bayern's, Man City's, Arsenal's, Liverpool's, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. But I think it's a good season. And the player of the season has gone to Victor Gyökeres of Arsenal. He was alongside Rudiger there. So is Rudiger at Arsenal now? I don't know. But I guess well deserved. He won the Golden Boot. And as for the team of the season, no West Ham players. I mean, we finished 14th, but I was hoping maybe Ruben Neves made it or even Jared Bowen, but I guess not. And as for cup competitions, FA Cup, Bournemouth won the FA Cup. I don't even know where we lost. It must have been an early exit for us. Maybe we lost in the third round. And Carabao Cup went to Liverpool. We lost. Where are we? We lost in the third round again. Not very good, but hopefully next year. And so here we are into season 4. I think the team's looking good. Obviously, we're going to have to brace ourselves for a few potential outgoings, but the bench looks good, nice and strong. The starting lineup looks really good as well. So I don't think we need to spend too much money this year, but we will see how things go. And so that's confirmed. Todibo goes to Inter Milan for about 20 million, which is going to mean that Deloyo now starts alongside Harwood Bellis. And honestly, I don't mind it. Deloyo is a really good centre back. Also, we have Charlie Cresswell, currently unhappy, but we also have Kinte back from loan, who is now 75 overall and actually naturally left footed. So maybe he just starts. We'll see. We'll see. Areola did leave on a free last season. I think it was about 35. He didn't want to renew his contract, which is fair enough. He did move back to France. Now, I think I'm going to let go of Woodman because he wasn't too happy. We'll bring in a third choice keeper as well as maybe a starting keeper. I want to bring in a bit of experience to try and climb us up the table. Now, Charlie Cresswell has got an offer from Aston Villa, and these days Aston Villa have been in the Champions League like for consecutive seasons, about 4 consecutive seasons. So although it's not much for Charlie Cresswell and I don't really want to see him go, I do think that's what would be the realistic thing to do. So I'm going to sell him to Aston Villa. I could see why he'd want to play Champions League football. And that does leave us maybe a little bit short at centre back. So I guess it didn't quite work out for him, but not all signings work out. And you know what, guys? I'm making the big decision. Mads Hermansen, I don't see him having much of a future. We've given him a few attempts, conceded far too many goals last season. Konstantinos Solakis, going to link up with the centre mid. Got that Greek partnership going on. We're getting chemistry. And I should have checked before giving that speech because he actually is too important to sell. That is so annoying. So guys, this is probably one of the most random things I've ever seen in career mode. So Mike Maignan, he must have been a free agent or something, I don't know. But he's playing for a team called FC Goa. I had to do a Google search. FC Goa are a team in the Indian Super League, the ISL. I'm just really surprised. Fair enough. Maybe, I now have to check. I need to see. I need to see what other players are in that league because who would have thought? Like, really? Okay. Let's have a look and let's just do this. I don't know how many players there are in this league, but yeah, it just looks like it's just 50 to 60 rated players. Okay, there are a few decent ones. Obviously, Mike Maignan being one of them. Okay, Luis Felipe made the move. Fair play, Alex Maiton as well. But, okay, crazy. I didn't... Fairs. Interesting, interesting. Let me know if you've seen stuff like that before. But I think we should be able to bring him from the ISL. Let's see. And guys, he's on 5k a week. An 88 rated 33-year-old keeper on 5k a week. I know I'm trying to keep this realistic, but EA have to do better. Have to. And I mean, he only wants 16k. No, no, no. We're gonna do this realistically. We're gonna pay him properly. Um, let's give him like 100 because he's gonna be the best player in our team by some margin. Probably one of the better keepers in the league. So there we go. Mike Mainan is now a West Ham player. He doesn't even get like the star signing treatment. I don't know what's going on right now. We're in our 4th season. Things are a bit confused, but at least we've got a new goalkeeper. And guys, it's happening again, unfortunately. Our star left back, Malik Diouf, has been scouted by Arsenal. They want him for 44.5 million. I'm going to negotiate. First of all, I'm going to see if there's any cheeky swap deals. Like, are they willing to give me Miles Lewis Skelly if he's still around? He's not still around. I mean, there is a clear reason why they want a fullback. They've got Lewis Hall and Doué and Zinchenko. Don't know how that's happened, but fair enough. I don't really think they're going to want to part with any of these players. Would I want Eberiche Eze? Of course I would, but don't think that's realistic. They've got Grassi, Gyökeres, and a new gen. They've got Tyler Dibbling. Pretty interesting. He's going to be behind Bukayo Saka for quite a few years. So what if we just do a straight swap? I wonder what Mikel will say about that. No, he's not going for it. All right, let's try and get some money out of them then. Yep, 48.5 million. I think that might be our biggest sell. It looks like he's off to Arsenal. But guys, we are prepared. Mateo Del Blanco, 79 rated, 24 age, and he's 5'7". Another Argentinian to add to the squad. Really pacey. Got rapid plus. What more do you need? And the team don't want to sell him. He does have a release clause. Bit pricey, but considering we're getting about 50 million, we should be able to afford it. And a bit of an overpay in my opinion, 35.7, but what can you do? We wanted the player. Can also play centre mid actually, didn't realise that, but good squad player. He's obviously about to start once Juve leaves. I think it's a good signing. And guys, this is an interesting one. So Joel Ordonez is probably one of the most sought after centre backs in the world at time of recording. Well, that's a bit of an overstatement, but he's got a lot of potential. Now, in this save, he's still at Club Bruges. No team has apparently come in for him. He's actually in the last year of his deal. Why can't I just go in and sign him for West Ham? And so actually, guys, while I was looking at Club Bruges players, this guy popped up, Christos Zolis. Now, I did want to buy a Greek player earlier on. This guy's 87 rated and playing in the Belgian league. No disrespect to the Belgian league, but let's get him a move to the Prem. And the Juve deal is official. He leaves for 48.5 million. And Joel Ordonez joins for 31.5. Mads Hermansen joins Newcastle for 16 mil, which leaves us with 65 million in the budget. So maybe enough for one more big signing. And guys, Aston Villa have come knocking again. This time they want Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And you know the drill. I do want to see if we can get a bit more money for him. Yeah, 30 mil. That's perfect. And guys, a bit of bad news. Mike Mainan's out for 2 months. So maybe that push for Europe isn't so realistic. Sam Johnston, who's already starting to regress, now time to step up into your role as backup keeper. Now we still are in the transfer window, so we could sign another keeper, but we brought in Johnston for a reason. Let him be the backup. Wan-Bissaka is about to leave, so it's going to be Vargas and Ordonez we can start. It's a good team. I'm just not quite sold. I don't know. I feel like we should bring in Zolis to go along with Zefiris because we don't have any Greek players in the team, and you know we like to keep chemistry looking good. So maybe someone like Anton Stack, who probably isn't going to play much. Kind of feel like a wasted transfer there. I don't know. Really good player, but we got the likes of David Watson. So I'm thinking a few swap deals in my head. Somerville hasn't really been good since championship. I'm wondering if is Iliman and Jai better rotating around the team, maybe playing striker, right mid, left mid, and us signing Zolis. I think it's worth considering. And so one ex-Man United right back leaves, we bring in another. And I think this is like the similar amount we brought in Wan-Bissaka for, around like 13 million or so. And then in a few years, we're going to sell Dallo for 30 mil. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with that signing. Diogo Dallo, welcome to West Ham. And guys, we break the transfer record yet again. Christos Zolis joining his teammate Orgenes from Club Brugge. Now, I think it's a good signing. We've got Njai on the left mid, who can play right mid as well. We've got Jared Bowen, who is Mr. West Ham at this point. The only issue is he is like 32 now, so he is getting on a bit. Now, I think what I'm going to do is our new number 7, Zolis, he's going to take up left mid, and Jai can go back to the right mid. Jared Bowen can rotate. Everyone's happy, especially Nuno. And it cost us 55 million. Afonso Moreira went the other way, but this guy's 87 rated, so we're not too worried. So with our new signings, West Ham is starting to look a little bit different, maybe very different. I think the only surviving players are Matheus Fernandes and Castellanos, who only just signed. So interesting, but as you can see, the bench is full of West Ham, so it's not too bad. What we will do is retrain a few different positions. And I don't know, maybe Jared Bowen could start up front. I actually don't mind the look of that. Castellanos has been okay for us, so I don't know. I don't mind. I don't mind the fact that we can rotate. Feels like it can only be a good thing. I have a feeling someone will request a transfer, but it is what it is. And you know what? Despite the big teams raiding West Ham, I think we've done pretty well. Let's see. We should be getting a top half finish, but the main concern is Johnston in goal. So although this season I wanted to push for Europe, I will say let's finish 9th. 9th this season would be a good result. So we have made it to the end of the season, and yes, guys, you're seeing right. We are in the FA Cup final against Liverpool. Now, no idea who we've played. Let's have a look. So we beat QPR in the first round, 3-2. We beat Chelsea 2-1. That's a big win. Then Middlesbrough, then Brighton, then Norwich on penalties. I mean, we actually had quite an easy route other than Chelsea. So, I mean, let's see if we can get this win against Liverpool. And guys, we actually have an offer from Real Madrid for Castellanos. So, Xabi Alonso's in the office, and we're going to agree on a deal. Castellanos, come next season, is probably going to be a Real Madrid player and a Galactico. And so here we are, first chance to have a look at the squad. And it is Ruben Neves with the armband. It really should be Jared Bowen. Not too sure what's gone on there, but fair enough. A chance for Nuno to win some silverware. And the lineup for West Ham, I mean, all fresh faces really, other than Jared Bowen and Matheus Fernandes. The bench, I guess there's still Somerville, and that's pretty much it, to be fair. So big changes at West Ham, much needed though. And yeah, let's have a look at Liverpool's team. And they've made some changes themselves. Wow, they have Raya and Gabriel and someone called Smith. But they do have Viet Salah, Ekatike, Jones, Kirkez still, and Ramsey, I guess. Bit surprised Salah's still there though. Don't forget, we are on the 4th season right now. They've got a new manager, Chirrit. Interesting. And the Blanco on the left-hand side finds room for a cross, and oh, I don't know what that was. Zefiris got a bit ahead of himself there, but not bad. First chance of the game to us. Liverpool doing well, building up nicely. Hugo Ekatike breaking out the step over. Salah with a shot, well wide though. I actually wonder how old he is now. 4th season, he must be like 36, 37. For a shot like that, maybe even older, I don't know. Actually, that wasn't Zefiris, that's someone else. Great pass into Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen into Castellanos. Into Zolis. Zolis with the shot. David Raya with the catch. And Smith's got some space to run in. Harwood Bellis unable to catch him. Smith in on goal. Mike Mainan with the great save. We get it clear, and we are holding on right now. Good tackle by Harwood Bellis. And a chance to counter. And Bowen's got some space here. Jared Bowen, he's just run into Eder Militao though. And Liverpool managed to clear yet again. But we win the ball back. Matthias Fernandes. He's got Zolis ahead of him. Zolis cuts back. Still Zolis. Into... Oh, he's got a shoot. Into Castellanos. I think half of his mind was already in Real Madrid there. And West Ham have held their own for the first 90. We're heading into extra time. Can we get the much needed goal? Iliman Ndiaye up against Kirkes. Oh, it's good passing from West Ham into Diogo Dalot, probably the last player on the team who I'd want to have this chance. And he's hit the post. I actually think anyone else in the team, we're probably 1-0 up. Castellanos has picked up the ball. Gets it into whoever. And off the post, I think that was Alfie Devine. Cross back in, straight at Raya though. It was Alfie Devine. Wow, we've hit the post twice. It looks like we're heading to penalties if we're not careful. And then Ndiaye manages to nick the ball. Big chance now. Iliman Ndiaye with the step over. Past Militao. Looking for support. Crosses it back post into Zolis. And Zolis with the goal. We finally break the deadlock. Great wing play from Iliman Ndiaye. Managed to get past Eder Militao. Kirkes wasn't able to stop him either. And Zolis arriving at the back post has just won Nuno his first trophy at West Ham. Great wing play. And look at him crashing in from the back post. Zolis, our actual record signing, both our record signings in fact, combining there. Enough to beat David Raya. And 1-0 West Ham. And what a goal. 1-0 to the Hammers. And that is it. The final whistle goes. And we have done it. First trophy at West Ham. We're into Europe next season. Oh, what a performance that was from the boys. And it's going to be captain Ruben Neves lifting the trophy for West Ham, taking us back into Europe. The FA Cup winners, West Ham. Lovely stuff. And despite that, the season actually isn't over. We've got 6 more points to play for. We actually can't get into Europe from the league table. As you can see, we're 12th at the minute. Nowhere near relegation though. Rightly so, to be honest. Going to get through these last 2 games and have a look at the final table. And it's confirmed, Castellanos off to Real Madrid for 50 million. And so still no top half finish, but we did manage to win 15, lose 15 and finish 11th. And of course we won the FA Cup, so it's all worth it. Winning the league, I think, was Arsenal. They were pretty far ahead. Man City kind of nearly caught up to them. And getting relegated, we are seeing Leeds, Leicester and Everton. So I feel like these teams keep going up and down. As for top scorers, that went to Gabriel Martinelli. Castellanos not far off though. He did manage to hit the top 3. More goals than Erling Haaland, so that's impressive. As for assists, Ruben Neves kind of fell off a little bit. Florian Wirtz ran away with that. And then in goal, clean sheets. And in goal, Golden Glove went to Alisson. Despite us spending pretty big money on Mike Mainan, he was injured for like the first 2 months. So only 5 clean sheets from him. And despite that, Erling Haaland actually won player of the tournament. I thought it would be pretty set for Gabriel Martinelli to win it, but it just shows how much I know. And there's us at the parade. Lovely stuff. My nan decided to wear a outfield kit. Fair play. As for team of the season, no West Ham players. I mean, we didn't even finish in the top half. But Oyarzabal at Crystal Palace, Tiarte at Crystal Palace, they actually had a good season. Lewis Hall at Arsenal, Livramento at Chelsea. Some of these feel kind of realistic. Nuno Mendes at Man City is an interesting one. I wonder what happened to Nico O'Reilly. And Alisson, I just realised Alisson's at Arsenal. So did they do a swap deal? Oh no, I've just realised something. Ruben Neves has got an offer from Bayern Munich. Guys, you know what that means? He probably wants one last stint in the Champions League. Let's give it to him. He's 32. He is probably our best player. Was our captain last season. But if he wants to go to Bayern, let him. And also Anton Stack has decided he wants to return to Leeds. Wasn't playing too much, so I think it is a realistic departure. And so it's confirmed Ruben Neves, it was great for us, but he is off to Bayern for 62.3 million. And so a look at player stats on the season. Castellanos actually was really good for us. No wonder Real Madrid came in for him. He is 30 though, so I guess he was in his prime, but he got 20 goals, 2 in the Carabao and 3 all-important goals in the FA Cup. Jared Bowen, 15 and 5, solid season from him. Zolis, 14 and 7. Still kind of struggling with Iliman Ndiaye. Didn't start that many games, moving back to the right mid position with Jared Bowen there. Only a goal and 2 assists in the Prem. And in fact, he got 4 goal involvements in friendlies. So he actually had a terrible season. Harwood Bellis always chipping in. Del Blanco, really like him. Zafaris as well. Alfie Devine didn't play too much and didn't get any GA, but that's fine. Let's head into season number 5 and see what we're looking like. And so here's the team heading into season number 5. And you know what? Despite losing Ruben Neves and Castellanos, we still look really good. Probably a lot going to have to come from Zolis and Ndiaye. We've got Jared Bowen playing down the middle right now. I'm not too sure we're going to do that for too much longer, but maybe we will. I'm going to check how long it takes to retrain him, but he is 32, so I feel like at that stage of his career, he might not want to move position. I don't know. Oh, no, he definitely is willing. So, okay, instead of spending big money on a striker, maybe we just retrain Jared Bowen to be our striker. The only thing is, now that we're in Europe, we are going to need to have a lot of depth. And our backup to Ndiaye is George Urphy, who didn't grow really when he was out on loan. So it probably won't be him starting. We might look to bring in a player. In the number 10, happy with Fernandez and Alfie Devine rotating. Zafiris and Watson are the 2 starters. We might bring in someone a bit better just to replace the gap that Ruben Neves has obviously left. And then at the back, we're actually quite well covered. Kinte up to 77, really nice. And I think I'm going to recall a couple from loan, just because now that we're in Europe, we could do it for a bit of a bigger squad. And so first things first, Pablo Felipe has not grown at Villarreal. We are bringing him back in. And Lautaro Vargas did grow quite a bit. We're going to bring him back. So we've got our backup right back. We've got, I think Vargas might even become our starting right back at some point this season. And then Pablo Felipe, oh, he's up to an 81 now that he's returned. He might just start. We've also given him the number 9. So him and Bowen can rotate. I actually quite like that. So maybe we just need to sign a centre mid. Yeah. A centre mid and perhaps a backup right mid. And obviously with Ruben Neves leaving, I feel like it would be good to bring in another Portuguese midfielder with experience. Bruno Fernandes entering into his final year at Man United. They're saying to him, we are not renewing your contract. So we are going to try and buy him. We're not going to pay a 61 mil release clause though. No way. Not for a 34-year-old Bruno. But this guy is a GA merchant. So we will go and pay, I think they wanted 33 million or so. One thing that's interesting is Ruben Amorim is no longer in the job. And yeah, we won't speak about that though. And he's getting the star signing welcome. I mean, at this point of his career, one of the better players in the Premier League, especially of his era. I don't know where you guys rank Bruno, but for his era, I guess like the past 10, 15 or 10 years, let's say, he is definitely one of the best or better midfielders in the league. Probably just behind Kevin De Bruyne, if we're being honest. But let me know what you think. I guess Rodri's there as well. But there he is, Bruno, number 15 actually. And yeah, excited to see what he does in West Ham colours. And there he goes into the team. He's going to play more of a DLP at this point. Legs are probably starting to go a little bit, but he's got Zafiris, who's a tank in the middle, so he can run around for days. And yeah, I'm liking the look of the team. Realistic, I don't see why not. We still have a few of the younger players on the bench, and I actually don't think I want to make too many signings. I think we're just going to see how far this team can get us, especially now that we're in Europe. And guys, I'm so glad I checked because I was all ready to sim to the end of the season I just realized we've only got one goalkeeper. Johnston and Woodman both declined their contracts last year and left on a free. Forgot to say. So we need a backup keeper. And last time, Mike Mainan did get injured for a few months. So I actually do want to bring in a half decent keeper to be backup. And we're going over to Leeds, who currently have Rui Silva. We're going to bring him in. There we go. We got our backup keeper. And just in case, because you never know if this game, I'm going to bring in a third keeper. And I thought it's only right we bring him back. He left on a free, went to Union, and then we've bought him for 1.3 million. Could have saved a bit of money, but it's the last season, so I don't mind. And now we have our backup goalkeepers, so I think we're ready to simulate the season. And obviously, our first test comes in the Community Shield, where we lose 5-4 on penalties. I want to look at the ratings. Oh, I can only look at the pen takers ratings. That's not ideal, but Zephyrus and Fernandez had a good game. Zolis really struggled, and yeah, Zephyrus and Watson and Saka missing the penalties, but there you go. And this is why you sign backup keepers. Mike Mainan and Dallo, training injury clash. Understood. Let's see where that leaves us. Ooh, LCL. He is available to play in 2 months. I mean, since joining, had no luck with injuries. We do have Rui Silva this time, though. A little bit better than Sam Johnston and Ariola's backup. So I'm actually really glad we've made those signings. As for Dallo, broken nose. What kind of clash was that then? Either way, we do have Lautaro Vargas, and Dallo's going to be back in no time. And so, guys, we've made it to the end of the season. And yes, as you can see, we have made it to the Europa League final. Lovely stuff. We're up against Athletic Club. So in our final season, a chance at European silverware. As for what happened, league phase, we finished 6th. So straight into the round of 16. Played Stuttgart, snuck past them 3-2. Quarterfinals, destroyed Standard Liège 7-2 on aggregate. 3-0 away from home to secure the deal. And then past Union, sent, I want to say Gillois. Maybe I'm wrong, but either way, 2-1. We could have been playing Crystal Palace. That would have been a fun final, but instead we're up against Athletic Club. And these days, I wonder who's in their team. Do they still have the likes of Nico Williams? They've got Alejandro Balde and Ian Matson. Wow. They've got Laporte still, aged 35. They do, in fact, have Nico Williams, who, by the way, is 89 rated. Crazy. They've also got Ethan Mbappe and Geni Katamo, that's Sporting. And then, okay, it looks like Inaki Williams must have retired, but they've got some really good players. In fact, I'd go as far as to say their team's probably better than ours, but doesn't matter on the day. Liverpool last year was probably better than ours, and we managed to get the victory. And just wanted to check top scorers in the competition. João Pedro, 12 goals in 14, and they did not make the finals, so fair play to him. No West Ham players, so don't really know what to expect. Although, when it comes to assists, Antoine Semenyo also at Real Sociedad. That's actually really interesting. But Bruno and Bowen leading the way with assists, and no one there for clean sheets. That's fine. And so here we are. We're at the Allianz Stadium, Europa League final. And that's what we're playing for. Oh, how good will it be to end off winning that trophy? I mean, it would be amazing. Zephyrus has got his tifo. Matthias Fernandez on the ball. Gives it to Jared Bowen, who was fouled. And we got a free kick in a very interesting area. And of course, this time round, we've got Bruno Fernandes on the team. So let's see what he can manage to do with this one. And Bruno steps up to take it. And forces a really good save from the keeper. And it's actually Unai Emery in charge of Athletic, which is a very good manager to be going up against. And this guy wins the Europa League for fun. Corner comes in, floated, big punch by the keeper, and Athletic can break. You get to Nico Williams, who's really the danger man in this team. Bit of space for Paredes. Into Sansei. They worked it well. Can't get near them at the moment. Shot comes in off the bar and headed across, and we managed to get it clear. Maybe we can go on a counter of our own. We've got numbers, and Bruno just runs into trouble there. Matthias Fernandez, great interception, finds Jared Bowen with the keeper to beat, and Jared Bowen makes no mistake, capitalized off their mistake, and captain gets his 7th goal of the competition. Bench is loving it. We go 1-0 up in the final. Lovely stuff and great play from Matthias to find Jared Bowen there, and one-on-one with the keeper, never in doubt. 1-0 West Ham. To be fair, it was quite a late challenge, and I think yellow's about right. Either way, Nuno's not wasting any time. He's making a couple changes, and Del Blanco sees the bench. Ollie Scarles coming on, as well as Iliman Ndiaye coming off, and Crescencio Somerville entering into the fray. And he's on the ball straight away here. Passes it around, takes a little bit of time. Don't mind it. Bruno Fernandes slowing things down a little bit, just keeping possession. Into Jared Bowen, who wanted to have a go, but blocked by Bilbao, and they go the other way. It's good feet from Matthias Fernandes. Into Scarles. Into Zolis, who finds Fernandes. And Fernandes goes for the shot. Oh, big block though. Ordonez wins the first header. Brings it down. And poor pass there from Zolis. Hasn't had the best of games so far, but the pressing has worked. Jared Bowen's got some space. Gives it into Zolis. Into Fernandes. Into Bruno Fernandes. But his shot is well wide. That's not like Bruno. Maybe rushed it a bit. And Somerville's come away with the ball here. Oh, but he probably wanted someone to run in for him. Manages to get it to Zafiris. A big save. That would have been the game. We're knocking on the door though. Bit of a wayward header from Tyler Bellis. And Dallo has just taken out Nico Williams there. Mistimed the challenge. I don't think he will get more than a yellow. I think he's getting away with not getting a booking. We're making a few subs. Both Fernandes are off. Bruno and Matthias. And David Watson and Alfie Devine coming off the bench. It's going to be Alfie Devine winning the first header. Zolis has got some space to run into. Drops it off to Jared Bowen. Back to Zolis. He's looking for some runners. Gets it to Devine. Devine up against Aranez, who has been amazing today. Gets the interception. Zolis goes for the shot. And they manage to clear. Harwood Bellis just knocks it down. And we have possession of the ball yet again. Nico Williams gets the better of Diogo Dallo. Gets the cross in. And straight into the arms of Mike Mainan. And Zolis gives it into Bowen. Back to Zolis. Zolis with space to run into now. Chance for Zolis. And he makes no mistake. 2-0 West Ham. And that should see us win the game. Oh, what a goal that is. Great work from Bowen. And what a goal that is. Great work from Jared Bowen. Celebrating in front of the Bilbao fans is crazy work though. Bring him back. And I mean, great 1-2. Great pass. And good cultured finish. Hard and low. And I think we should have just won the Europa League. It was a bit of a late challenge, so fair enough. He does look surprised. Final change, Christos Zafiris coming off and Freddie Potts coming on to see out the game. And it is a shot, and forces a big save from Mike Mainan, to be fair. Unai Emery can't believe what he's seeing. Bowen into Alfie Devine. He's done well. Gets the shot off, and what a finish. Oh my word. Pick that out. I mean, I know the game's done, but my goodness, Alfie Devine, what a finish. Sorry, but we've got to have a look at that again. On his left, and just puts it straight into the top corner. Roof of the net as well. My goodness, that is an incredible finish and a great way to cap off a great victory. And West Ham aren't done, or maybe they are, because that does it. Ref's blown the final whistle, and what a journey it has been for some of these players. As you can see, all playing their part, and most importantly, Jared Bowen. Last year, subbed off early in the final. This year, captain, hero, legend. Lifting the Europa League, and let the celebrations continue. West Ham are European champions yet again. And guys, so we've obviously reached the end of the season, and I guess that is a top half finish. We finished 10th. Maybe too many draws. 15 draws is a lot of draws, but that is fair enough. Winning the league was actually Chelsea, so that's pretty interesting. Going down was, in fact, Southampton, Sheffield United, and Burnley. As for top scorers, Benjamin Sesko, as a United fan, I love to see it. But also Jared Bowen, second. So really good season from him. Did he hit the 100 club? We will see at the end. Assists, Dembele now at Man City. That would be very scary. 13 assists for him. Palmer with 13 and Endrick at Liverpool, interesting enough. Clean sheets, Alisson at Arsenal, David Raya at Liverpool. I don't know what happened there, but fair play. Alisson takes the Golden Glove. And so player of the season went to Liverpool's Smith. Team of the season, unfortunately, no West Ham players. We finished too low in the table, to be honest. However, we did have some amazing performances, most notably from 33-year-old Jared Bowen. 30 goals, 15 assists, 45 goal involvements. Incredible. Zolis, now up to 90, by the way. 27 goals and assists. And Jai with 22. And Matthias Fernandes doing well with 24. Bruno as well, 21. You know what Bruno offers, man. He is a goal and assist merchant. Zafiris, 8. Dallo, 7. Alfie Devine. He's right-footed, by the way. But in the final, he absolutely laced it with his left. And yeah, as you can see, some of the other players, unfortunately, Pablo Felipe didn't really play too much for us. But Jared Bowen was so good up front. And then a few lone players still around, but not really breaking into the team. And I think favourite player of the rebuild, it could be Jared Bowen. But I'm going to go with the guy that stuck with us when we were down in the championship, was so good, Matthias Fernandes. I'm going to give him the award. And signing of the video goes to Christos Zafiris because he was amazing and was a big part of our championship victory. And I'm also going to give a little shout out to Harwood Bellis because he was really good. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. And of course, we get our parade for the Europa League. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, leave a like. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And let me know what team you want me to realistically rebuild next.